Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Judge Esparza. We have some writ hearings today. Today is Tuesday, September the 17th. The defendants are present in the courtroom. They have been sworn in earlier. First case we're going to call is C4207-24-A, State of Texas versus Ruben Galvan. Mr. Galvan, where you at? Wait, let's stand up, sir, in the middle of the room. You speak English, correct? Galvan is present. Edna, this is right there is perfect, right there, sir. Edna, this is your motion. You may proceed.
That's correct, Judge. My client, Ruben Galvan, has been unable to secure any type of bond, Your Honor. I have spoken been in contact with his family, specifically his mother, Ana Rodriguez Morin, who's indicated that they're struggling financially right now, Judge, and do not have the resources to post any sort of bond. She indicates to me that there is a need for medication, and currently they don't have a set home. They have, however, provided a mailing address or a contact number and an emergency contact that I can provide to the court. At this time, Judge, he is asking for a PR bond.
What says the state?
Judge, I was recommending a reduction to $1,000 cash surety. I know, I mean, he does have just a little bit of criminal history out of,
Not Hidalgo County. I didn't see anything here, dude.
he has something out of Cameron, like an unauthorized use and a resisting that ended up being dismissed. So he's got and some juvenile. So he has like several prior arrests. I don't know what's kind of come out of all of that. I was recommending a reduction just because, you know, there was a loss, but you know, I was still asking for a cash surety bond.
When I saw in the report, the complaint, looks like all items were recovered. Mr. Galvan, how old are you, sir?
20, sir.
You have somewhere to live if you get out on bond?
I have a place to stay with my mom.
Okay. You have that address, Edna?
Yes, Your Honor. The address provided to me was 813 San Mateo in San Juan, Texas, Judge.
San Mateo?
San Mateo, yes, Your Honor.
I don't, the probable cause affidavit indicates that he was homeless, so I don't know
No, I'm just gonna go outside real quick.
if,
That's what I read too. That's what I was concerned. That's the address that's provided on the booking sheet is that San Mateo address. Do you have a house there, Mr.? Who lives there, Mr. Galvan?
That's my mom's property, sir, and I live with my mom currently. She's the one that's taking care of me. She's the one that does
Is
everything.
there a house there on that property?
Yes, sir. There's a little trailer, small trailer, but yes, it's doable.
Your mom has a home on that property?
Yes, that's her property. That's her home.
She lives there.
Yes, sir.
You did speak to the mother, Edna?
I did not specifically, Judge. My office did this morning. I was in when she came by, but we did ask her for that information, and that was the information in addition to the contact number, Judge.
Mr. Galvan, I'm going to ask that you not go back to that location, which was in that store or that business. What city was that in? Donna. Don't go back over there. You understand?
Understand, sir.
If you will, you'll probably get arrested again. So don't go over there. Don't drive by there. Don't walk by there. You understand?
Understand, sir.
I'm gonna go ahead and release him on $1,000 PR bond. You get out, sir. You're gonna get out with just your signature. You need to stay in contact with your attorney. You know who your attorney is, right?
Her, right?
The city, oh yes.
Yes.
Make sure you get in contact with her. If your address or anything changes, your phone number, you need to let her know because you're gonna have to show up at the courthouse at a later date to take care of this case. And if you don't show up or she can't get a hold of you, they're gonna issue you a warrant for your arrest. You're gonna end up in jail until they may not give you a bond next time. You understand that?
The date, sir.
No date set right now, so she needs to be able to get a hold of you. That's why you need to, if your phone number changes or your address changes, you need to let her know. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. But any information regardless of my case, sir, I would like for my mom to be informed of anything, sir.
Okay, you need to let your attorney know that.
Yes.
All right, Neda?
Yes, Your Honor, I have that down.
Anything else on that one, Neda?
Nothing further, Judge.
You had trouble, sir.
Yes, sir.
Having no further business, Your Honor, may I be excused?
Yes, thank you, Neda.
Thank you,
Next
Judge. Have a
case
good
we're
day.
gonna call. Thank you. C 4149-24-C, State of Texas versus Jorge Garcia. You speak English, Mr. Garcia? Melisandra? Thought I saw her on the screen. Melisandra?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm sorry, I was having difficulty with Zoom. Yes, Your Honor, Melisandra,
that's
on
fine.
behalf of Mr. Jorge Garcia. Your Honor, it's my understanding that my client has been in jail for approximately 30 days. He is being charged with aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury. His bond is currently set at $50,000 cash surety. That would be count one. Count two is tampering with evidence, Your Honor. His bond is set at 20,000 cash surety for that count. On count three, he has a possession of a controlled substance charge, less than 1 gram. His bond is set at 10,000 cash surety. My client does not have any holds, Your Honor. It is my understanding that he has 1 prior case in County Court 5. And he is pending 3 felonies to be indicted. At this time, I am court appointed, Your Honor. My client has been found to be indigent. I am respectfully requesting that a bond reduction be set at this time. And I am respectfully requesting for half in each of the counts, Your Honor. So the 50,000 for count one, I'm asking that it be reduced to 25,000. The 20,000 on count two, that it be reduced to 10,000. And the 10,000 for the count three be reduced to 5,000 cash surety.
I'll agree to that, Judge. I was recommending.
Resendez, how old are you, Mr. Resendez? You have a job, sir?
Currently, not yet.
Currently not yet? What does that mean?
I was in the middle of getting my CDL
What was the last job you had?
at a trucking company
How long ago was that?
a couple of months back.
Sir, when you were arraigned on this charge, the magistrate issued a protective order, which means you cannot have any contact with the victim, who is
Jose Luis Dominguez?
Jose
Junior.
Luis Dominguez, thank you. Junior, you cannot have any contact with him, sir. This protective order will expire on November 16th. But I'm gonna ask that you not have any contact with him until this case is resolved. That means no phone calls, no text messages, no social media contact. Don't even call him from jail because that'll be a violation. You will be facing new charges. You understand that? Where do you live if you get out of here, sir? Where are you gonna be staying?
I'm currently living in Mountain.
What's the address?
I don't have it with me. I have it on my phone.
Who lives in Alamo?
That
You gave an address of 3600 Westgate in Westlaco. Who lives there?
was my prior address.
Okay. Well, you need to notify the court of your current, or the jail here of your current address, because that's where they're gonna send notice to. I gave them that old address. They're gonna send it there. You're not gonna show up when you're supposed to. They're gonna issue a warrant for your arrest. You understand that?
I have a forwarding already from that address to Alamo.
To your new address?
Yes.
All right. No contact with the victim. Do you understand me?
Yes.
I'm gonna order monthly UAs through probation department also. They're gonna contact you to go in and get drug tested. You come back positive for drugs or alcohol, I'm gonna put you back in jail. You understand me? Bond on the count 3 possession charge will be reduced to $1,000 cash surety. Count 2. Bond on the tampering charge will be reduced to $1,000 cash surety. And count 1, Bond will be reduced to $5,000 cash surety. Total of $7,000 cash surety. No contact with the victim, monthly UAs. Stay in contact with your attorney. You understand, sir?
Yes.
Anything else on that case, Melisandra?
No, Your Honor, thank you so much.
You have another one, don't, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you have
That's
another
correct.
one.
I have Mr. Arturo Perez, Your Honor.
Okay, hang on just a minute. Let me get that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead and have a seat, sir. Good luck to you. I'm gonna call C 4197-24-J, State of Texas versus Arturo Castillo Lopez. I'm sorry, Perez.
Your Honor,
English,
Melisandra
Mr.
Mendoza,
Perez?
I'm sorry.
You
Your
speak
Honor,
English, sir?
Melisandra,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Your Honor, Mr. Arturo Perez. Your Honor, my client has been incarcerated for 14 days approximately. His charge is theft of property of more than 2,500, but less than 30,000. His bond is currently set at 50,000 cash 30. I understand that my client has no holds. He does have priors out of the 206 and County Court 2, Your Honor. He has also been considered to be indigent, Your Honor. I have been court appointed to his case. Considering that this is not a violent offense, Your Honor, I am respectfully requesting a pure bond in this case.
What says the state?
Judge, I'm recommending a $20,000 cash surety. I understand it's not a violent offense, but like somebody's vehicle was taken from their home and that's kind of a very invasive crime and very personal. And we're just trying to crack down on that. That's happening a lot with people taking the vehicles and crossing them over the port of entry. So I am recommending a reduction, Judge, because I am aware he's not a violent offense. It's not a violent offense, but he has criminal history and I'm recommending a $20,000 cash surety.
Mr. Perez, how old are you, sir?
31, sir.
You have a job?
I'm applying for disability. I can't move my right arm.
Where do you live?
Currently, I stay with my mother.
Where at?
Neighborhood, 8236 German Avenue,
In a house or apartment?
house. House, it's apartment.
Are you married?
Not,
Children?
no.
I'm gonna order monthly UAs through probation, same thing, you're gonna have your drug tested, so every month, better stay clean or you're gonna end up back in jail, do you understand that? I'm gonna have you release to AIP officials, which means they're gonna come and sign you out here. You need to, you're gonna be under house arrest, you can go work, but you need to notify them where you're gonna work. You need to give them your schedule, if they go check on you when you're supposed to be working, or at your appointments or wherever, and you're not there, or if you're not at home when you're supposed to be, that's a violation, they'll notify the court. You're gonna end up back in jail, is that clear? Bond will be reduced to $2,500 cash surety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck.
Your Honor, this concludes my business before this honorable court. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Have a great day, Your Honor.
You too. Melissa Calanes on the screen? No. Rubio, next case we're gonna call is C 4171-24-H, State of Texas versus Elva Navarro. You speak English, Mr. Navarro? Good afternoon, Mr. Salinas. Your client's present, she does speak English. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, for the record, Rubio Salinas, I represent Ms. Navarro. She's currently incarcerated on 4 charges. She's been in jail approximately 11 days. She was arrested in the city of McAllen. She has bonds that total, I think, $144,000. Those bonds, in my opinion, are excessive. She has the first bond that she has is an aggravated robbery. That bond is set at $100,000 cash or surety. The second one is a possession of a controlled substance, less than a gram of cocaine. That bond is set at $7,000 cash or surety. The third offense is fraudulent use or possession of identifying information, less than 5 items. That bond is set at $7,000 cash or surety, and which is a state jail felony also, Judge. And the fourth offense is promotion of prostitution, which is a Class B misdemeanor, unless I'm mistaken, Judge. I got that off of the narrative from the McAllen Police Department. And that bond is set at $30,000 for that Class B misdemeanor. Judge, these bonds are excessive. My client is a U.S. citizen. She resides at 505 East St. George in McAllen, Texas, 78503. She's lived there for the past 2 years. She does have a prior history, Judge, out of the 275th District Court. But these bonds are excessive, Judge. I did get a copy of the offense report from the McAllen Police Department. It is 9 pages, Judge. I did not see anywhere in those 9 pages, absolutely nothing that links her directly or indirectly to this aggravated robbery. There's nothing to connect her. Yet she was charged because they're assuming that she had something to do with it. That's all it is. There's no evidence, zero, not a scintilla of evidence. It's just conjecture on the part of the police department to arrest her and charge her for this offense. And of course, from that arrest comes these other arrests, Judge. And I'm asking the court to respectfully reduce each of these bonds. I'm asking the court to reduce a bond of $100,000 to $5,000 cash surety. The bond for the possession of cocaine less than a gram from $7,000 to $1,000 PR bond. And the third offense, which is a state jail felony of the possession of a identifying item, reduce that from $7,000 cash surety to $1,000 PR bond. And the promotion of prostitution, which is a Class B misdemeanor, Judge, from $30,000 to $2,000 cash surety, Judge. That's oppressive. It's just intended to punish her, nothing more. And I'm asking the court to do that.
Judge, if I could clarify, that promotion of prostitution is a 3rd-degree felony. And
That's what I thought too.
yes. And so it's not a misdemeanor. I know that, I mean, what he initially received from McAllen PD, it's not the complete information. It's not the complete case packet. This defendant does have an extensive or serious criminal history, and the allegations are pretty serious. She's been to TDC before. She's at least a repeat offender. It was initially an arrest for murder, but she ended up playing to a different count. But from what I can see, Judge, I mean, what we have in a lot of these aggravated robbery cases is very similar to what we have here, where someone lures a person into a situation where they get robbed by the males. And that's what happens all the time on these types of cases. So it's not unfamiliar facts. I know we don't have the full story, and that's what, we'll need to indict her, but this is the information we have. So I think that the bonds are appropriate as set.
Judge, if I could respond. What person in their right mind would have somebody come to their apartment, to their place, so that somebody could rob them at their place? It makes absolutely no sense. It's complete craziness for somebody to do that.
Well,
They would know where you live. It's crazy.
What most of these defendants do is not something that you or I would do, Mr. Salinas.
Yeah, but I saw nothing in the report. I'm sorry.
She does have a prior promotion of prostitution from March of this year. She's got a possession charge from April of this year. I did read the report, the complaint. You are correct. It is extensive. I've got all 9 pages here. And I think from what I read, they linked her to it based on a phone call and messages that were on the victim's phone tied to a phone that was in the defendant's possession. What I'm going to do is on the ag robbery, bond will be reduced to $25,000 cash surety. On the possession, count 2 will be reduced to $1,000 cash surety possession. The fraudulent use of identifying information will be reduced to $1,000 cash surety. And the promotion of prostitution will be reduced to $5,000 cash surety. So total $32,000 in bonds. She was the magistrate who arraigned her, ordered that she be released to AIP officials. So I'm going to ask that that condition remain, that she will be under house arrest. AIP officials will come and release her from the jail, sign her out. What that means, Mrs. Navarro, is that you'll be under house arrest. You can go work. If you have a job somewhere, you just need to notify the AIP officials where and what your hours are. You need to provide them a schedule, and they don't have a problem with you going. But if you're supposed to be at work and they go check and you're not there, that's a violation. They'll report it to court. If you're supposed to be at home and they go check and you're not at home when you're supposed to be, that's a violation, and they'll report it to the court, and you could end up back in jail. Do you understand? Also going to order monthly UAs through probation and no contact with the alleged victim. I don't know if you know him or not, but I'm asking that you have no contact with the alleged victim. Anything else from the state?
Nothing from the state, Judge.
Mr. Salinas?
That's all we have, Your Honor. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
All right, good luck. Good luck to you, man. Next case we're gonna call is C 3678-24-C, State of Texas versus Kevin Sandoval. You speak English, correct, Mr. Sandoval? Juan Ramos, this is your motion, sir. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon. Your Honor, we were before this court about a week and a half ago. I had filed a writ on behalf of 2 felonies. Mr. Sandoval had 2 felonies that were pending and a indictment, as well as a misdemeanor that had already been filed in court. I went back to, or actually I went to the felony court where the indictment was processed, Judge. Unfortunately, there still remains one last felony that hasn't been processed, and that one's currently set at $12,500. It's for possession, I believe, of some vape pens, Judge. And so in talking with his family, they're unfortunately unable to make bond. Mr. Sandoval is still, he's a teenager. He's still going to school, Judge, and he resides with his family. He has ties to the community. And so we're respectfully requesting some sort of reduction, Judge, if perhaps it can match the other bond set on his other felony of $2,500 would be greatly appreciated, Your Honor, or AIP in the alternative.
All right, what says the state?
Judge, I'm confused because he has 2 verification of incarcerations. So are those bondsmen off the bonds? Mr. Ramos? Oh, can you hear me?
Juan, did you hear that?
Well,
Looks like he froze.
Juan, can you hear us? Juan,
I can hear you now. You froze. Sorry.
what? Juan, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Now we can, because you're frozen. Because I see that there's 2
I
verification.
can. Are there issues?
Yeah. He was here about a month ago. No, actually it was a month ago in August. And at that time, the state announced that he had been indicted, but he was indicted on just an older case from back in November, and this one stayed pending. I did see the verifications on the other 2. On the one he was indicted on, I think this past week or last week, Judge Cuellar granted him a $2,500 bond on that felony. But these are vape pens. He's been in jail 52 days.
I'm okay with that,
Only
Judge,
Mr.
based on his age.
Are you in high school still? Where do you go to high school?
High school.
You graduate this year?
Yes, sir. I just need a test and 3 credits.
Better graduate.
Graduate.
I'm gonna give him a $1,000 PR bond on this case. He still has a $2,500 bond on the felony plus the 2 misdemeanors he's gonna need to take care of. If you get out, sir, you need to stay in contact with your attorney. You understand? I'm also gonna order monthly UAs through probation, so you're gonna get drug tested. You better stay clean. You come back dirty, you're gonna end up in jail. You're gonna miss graduation. All right. Mr. Ramos, anything else?
Nothing further, Judge. We're very appreciative, and if we can be excused, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Pass it down, sir.
Yes, sir. Have a seat.
You too, Your Honor. You all take care.
Thank you. We're gonna call C 4238-24-F, State of Texas versus Janet Salceda. You speak English, Janet?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Eloy Hernandez, this is your motion. Your client's present. She does speak English.
Yes, Judge, good afternoon. Eloy Hernandez here with Ms. Salceda. Your Honor, I filed this writ. Your Honor, my client has been in custody since August the 30th. She just turned 18 years old. I don't believe she has any priors. All 4 charges are drug charges. I'm not too sure who arraigned her, Your Honor, but the bonds were set at 75,000, 75,000, 50, and 15. So it's over 200,000 right now. She is a student, I believe, at Mission Premier High School, Your Honor. She lives in Mission. She is a U.S. citizen. I don't think, I wanted to see if the court might consider her for AIP, Your Honor, so she could go back to school. She's already missed about 3 weeks of school already.
And what's the state?
Judge, can we inquire what is her relationship with the co-defendant Ruby Marie Santos? Mr. Hernandez, just for purposes of this hearing, I just want to know, could we ask for no contact, or is that like a mother or?
Yeah, I have no problem with her being asked questions.
Did we swear her in? We swore her in, right? Miss Ruby or Janet, how old are you?
I just turned 18 in May 17th.
How are you related to Ruby Marie Santos?
I'm not related to her. I was visiting her.
You don't live there? Okay. Where do you live?
I live in 1300 Street.
In Mission? Who do you live with there in Mission?
My boyfriend.
With who,
Are
Judge?
you in high school? She lives with her boyfriend and his family. You're in high school? What grade are you?
12th grader. I just needed 4 more credits to graduate. I was going to graduate this December.
Can't graduate from jail, right? So stay away from that person. Don't go back to that apartment. You understand? Don't have any contact with her. Don't call her. Don't text her. Don't send her any type of messages. Is that clear? If I find out you're speaking with her or contacting with her or hanging out with her, I'm going to put you back in jail. Is that clear? I'm going to order monthly UAs through probation department. Bond on the possession of marijuana charge will be reduced to $1,000 PR. Bond on the manufacturer and delivery charge. There's 3 counts. And they make a $500 bond on each one of those, you know, $1,500 totals. Can they do that?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. From my discussions with her, I think they're financially in a very bad situation right now. That's why I was hoping, I know they're gonna have to pay for AIP or whatever other fees.
Do you have a home address for her, Eloy?
Yes, I
Or phone
do.
numbers, contact?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. I have,
You in touch with the family?
yes.
Okay.
I do
What
have
I'm
an
gonna do is I'm
address.
gonna go ahead and reduce, well, that's all right. I'm gonna go ahead and reduce the bond to $1,000 PR on all 4 counts. Mrs. Salceda, next time I hear from you, I want to hear you say that you graduated from high school, not that you're still in jail or got back in trouble again. You understand me?
Yes, sir. I was also attending, I was starting to attend school and college research degree. I was going to enter January.
Well, you do it. I'm gonna let you out. You do it and get it done. You understand? Don't go back to that place. Don't be hanging around with those people. No more drugs. I'm gonna have you tested monthly. Like I said, you come back dirty for drugs, you're gonna end up in jail. Is that clear? It'll be $1,000 PR bond on all 4 counts.
Thank you, Judge.
You're gonna have to show up at the courthouse at a later time to take care of these cases. Stay in touch with your attorney, okay? As soon as you get out, you contact them, tell them your phone number, your address, everything where you're staying. Is that clear? All right, good luck to you. Thank you, Lloyd.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Have a good afternoon.
You too. Thank you.
We're gonna call C 4223-24-I, State of Texas versus Angel Cortez. So Cortez is present. He does not speak English. Luel, he does have an ICE hold, just so you're aware.
Yes, sir. I became aware of that here recently. I did obtain the probable cause statement from the state. I know the state is opposed to any reduction. Since he does have an ICE hold, the bond companies would request 100% of the bond. We'd ask the court to consider reducing it to a reasonable amount, perhaps $1,000 or a $2,000 cash bond. The underlying crime is smuggling of 2 people. He has no prior history. We don't believe a $50,000 bond is warranted on this type of crime, even though he does have an ICE hold. So we leave it at the court's discretion, Judge.
right, thank you. What says the state?
Judge, the minimum on these new offenses is 10 years TDC. He's from the probable cause statement, they said he's been apprehended 5 previous times by Border Patrol agents and has been flagged as a foot guide in the area. I'm opposed to a bond reduction, Judge.
Is it still a 3rd degree, but it's a minimum of 10 now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that, and I didn't, I guess the feds let him go 5 different times. I don't know. It said, I read the same thing, that they caught him 5 different times.
I don't think I'm judge.
Mr. Cortez, you have an immigration hold on your case, which means if you do make bond, you'll be released to immigration authorities and you may or may not be deported. You understand that?
Migración no viene por usted. Ajá. Puede que no lo deporten. Entonces, sí.
You understand that? You understand?
Yes.
Bond will be reduced to $10,000 cash surety. Anything else?
That's all I have,
Mr. Smith?
Judge. May I be excused, Judge?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You too. We got one case left. C 4185-24-J, State of Texas versus Fernando Garza. You speak English, Mr. Garza?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Garza, your attorney is Melissa Canales. I've not seen her on the screen. It's now 2:48. I don't see her. She's logged on. Have you had any contact from anybody in her office, Annalise?
I
Oh, I'm
have
talking
not.
to you.
I have not spoken to them today, Judge, or not about this case. Let me see what it is.
Mr. Garza, what I did see on your case is there's a hold from the U.S. Marshal's Office. So even if you were to make bond where it's at, where I reduced it, and you make bond, you would not be let go. You would be released to the marshals. Apparently, you have some parole violations that they want to address over there. Based on the fact that there's a marshal's hold and the new charges, 2 of them being possession of felon in possession. I think you did time for that already. And you were cut, looks from what I'm reading, with 2 more weapons, plus various amounts of drugs and the marshal's hold. I'm gonna leave bonds as they are. Your attorney, if she wants, she can file another motion, but you understand that you won't get out.
Yeah.
Release you to the marshals.
I actually just found out, I believe yesterday morning.
About the hold?
This was originally set for yesterday,
Correct.
and I had just found out yesterday morning about the hold, so I kind of right there, I knew right off the bat that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get myself into the hands of the feds.
Well, once they get through with your cases here, whatever they decide to do here, then they'll call the feds and they'll tell them you can have them, and then you can go face the consequences over there.
Okay.
All right? Okay, bond will remain the same on this case.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Annalise, for your help.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, have a good afternoon.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.